Hello, happy Saturday night. Let's wait for some people to come on and I'll share this. Let me find the page. So I hope you're all well tonight and welcome to Spiritual Events Directory again. All right, just let me get this live and I'll share it. If you're here on the replay, welcome. Oh, we've got people watching already. Awesome. I'm just going to share this to my group and then we will be good. All right, I'm going to share it there. Going to share it there. Going to share it there. And I'm also going to share it on... I'm also going to share it right there. Awesome. So I'll share it here too. Wonderful. Welcome everybody. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to be here on Spiritual Events Directory again. Now, I'm normally here Sunday night, but I'm heading down to Adelaide tomorrow. So I just couldn't do the show tomorrow night. So Sarah very kindly allowed me to swap for tonight. It's a little bit later than I'm usually used to reading. So we'll see how we go, huh? All right. Hello everyone. Hey, Christine, Tanya, Patricia, Michelle. Thank you for following me on Instagram too, Patricia. Rosie. So tonight we're going to talk about blocks, and I know that we have spoken about this before, but I really want to help some of you move through your biggest block right now. I really want to help you do that tonight, and if you're ready to move past it and maybe have a different way of seeing it, then I'm here to help you. Here's the thing with blocks, though, when we discuss this in my self-sabotage challenge. Actually, I'll put the link up for that too, because I've got a new one starting. We can have these blocks in life through all sorts of different fears. Some of them are fears that we don't even know, but they kind of show up as this block. We don't understand why that block's there, but it also shows up in self-sabotage, and some of that self-sabotage behavior is from previous experience in life, but it's also from experiences you had when you were younger. And even though you haven't got those people telling you those things about yourself now, like that you're not good enough or you're not worthy, or you're ugly or you're fat or you're skinny, whatever it is that you were told, you can still play out that in your own self-sabotage behavior. So when we think about blocks, they really come in all shapes and sizes, but the thing about all of them is that they stop us from moving forward. They stop us from really shining our light and being in alignment with our true self and with our soul. And often we don't move past the blocks until where we are is more fearful than moving forward. And that's happened to me quite a few times as well. I know that I should be moving forward, and I know that I'm self-sabotaging, and I know that I'm, not living my best life. But it's not until the life I'm living, it's not until it's more scary to stay there than it is to move forward that sometimes we move forward. But, it is possible to move forward before you get to that point, and it saves a lot of wasted time. All right. So, hey, Christine Marie. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Thank you. Hello, Suzanne. All right. So, who has got a block that you would like to talk to me about and move forward? What is, sorry, that's my OCD's kicking in here. I'm going to get my necklaces straight. Oh, that's better. Who would like to have me talk about, one of your blocks? What's holding you back right now? What's your next step? What are you being called to do? And, blocks come in many shapes and sizes. It's not always just moving ahead in career or in life. There could be, there just could be a change of mindset that's a block. It could be a change in habits that's a block. It could be a new way of showing up in relationships that could be a block for you. Heather, I was attacked at work and almost killed, and you want to move forward. Oh, okay, let's talk about that, Heather. So Heather, when did this happen? When did this happen, Heather? And firstly, I want to say I'm sorry that that's happened for you or to you. So when did this happen, Heather? It would be horrific, wouldn't it? I mean, this is a real, it's really almost like PTSD, and I hope you're getting help for it, because post-traumatic stress really can be quite an issue to deal with, and you really need someone specializing in that to move forward from that. So if that is the issue, Heather, that's what I would recommend 1 year ago. So Heather, have you had some help from someone for PTSD? Because if you're not moving forward from it, I'd say that the fear is still there, and there's still that post-traumatic shock. So that's really just where I'm heading here. I don't feel that you are deliberately blocking anything, Heather. This is a real chemical reaction and neurological reaction, and you need to see a specialist about that. I mean, one thing that, just let me see. Yeah, you have. One thing that I could, probably recommend for you is to really start writing it all down and, try to get it out. Get out all the fear, get out all the anger, because underneath all that fear, you're probably also very angry that this happened. And, often we're told not to express our feelings, but get the anger out, get the sadness out, get the fear out, write it all down. And, I would really recommend, if you could, try to find a few blessings amongst it all. Try to find a few blessings amongst it all. Maybe it's made you more present now in life. Maybe it's made you appreciate something more. I don't know, whatever it is for you, Heather. But yeah, I just feel maybe if you haven't moved forward from that, I don't feel that's an actual deliberate block for you. I feel it's more still, you're still in that trauma of that event. So I would keep getting that treatment, okay? I would keep getting that treatment. I do want to pull one of these cards for you though, Heather, because I would like to give you a message. But for you actually moving forward from that, you definitely need someone who understands that PTSD and can really help you with that. But this is really beautiful for you, Heather. This is I am golden light. This is really saying, look at the fire there. It's you rising up. It's you rising up from the ashes, so to speak. Integrity. I feel you've got, I feel that you're all integrity actually. And just what I'm noticing here is this look, it looks to me, it looks like a new moon. But it's really just the shape of things behind her head. But I'm just seeing it as a new moon. And new moons are about new intentions, Heather. So start to really make some new intentions about how you're going to come back to the light, come back to your empowerment. And like with anything that happens in life that we keep having stuck feelings about, we are still giving that other person the power over us. Now, whether it's someone who's made you angry, whether it is someone who has abused you, whether it's somebody who has, really controlled you, or whether in this situation it's somebody who has created this sense of fear and loss within you, by holding on to all of that, you're still actually giving that person the power over you. It's like they still have that power over you because the emotion of that day is still affecting you. So it's really time to try to find any amount of light or joy or happiness that you can within you whenever you can, and slowly, bit by bit, you will get this energy up again, right? And integrity is a beautiful word. It really is. It's it's not just honesty, and it's not just being authentic. It's really having those intentions and really honoring you, having the integrity for yourself, which then radiates out to others. So Heather, it's a beautiful card. I really feel that you're starting to get that glimmer of hope back, that bit of light back. But two things: please keep seeing whoever you are seeing, and the second thing, try to write everything down and get it out of your system, and try to get yourself back in control of how you feel, because it's your choice how you feel. And if you're still allowing that person to create a feeling in you, then that person is still got that bit of control over you. Okay, so I hope that helps. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Heather. You're welcome. Yeah, growth too, Tracy. Absolutely. Restorative yoga, that's a beautiful thing. That's beautiful advice too. Yeah, absolutely. And yin yoga. Absolutely, Heather. Lots of advice here for you. Lots of people have your back. All right. Michelle Lowe, my block is I have been cheated on by 4 different partners. I want to move forward from thinking it will happen again. Michelle, I'm sorry to hear that. And that can be, really quite painful. And I can understand why you have that kind of concern and that worry about trusting someone again. But Michelle, what I'm going to say to you is maybe not, what you want to hear or what you've heard before, but what I want to ask you is, where are you not trusting yourself? And the other question I want to ask you is, where are you cheating on yourself? Because and I'm not saying that you deliberately attracted those people in that were cheating on you, but the energy of your energy has attracted that for a reason. And it's not because you're not good enough or any of that. It's to show you that you are better than that. It's to show you that you are good enough. And often the energy that attracts that is an energy of, cheating on yourself by, being with somebody who truly doesn't, love you that in that whole way. Now, until you change your energy, you will not attract somebody different. So, Michelle, the first thing I would be doing here would be spending some time on my own and really sorting out, loving myself more. That's really my advice to you. Love yourself more with honor, with respect, with total loyalty and total trust and total commitment, because then you are going to be in that energy and that will attract the same energy back to you. And you will get somebody back who mirrors that commitment, that trust, that love, that honor that you have for yourself. So it's really an inside job here, Michelle. And, until you shift your energy, you may keep attracting the same. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or that you're not good enough or any of that. It's just that fear and the thoughts that you've got in yourself, believing that, perhaps some of those things, but they're not true. They're not true. So let me... but those questions are really important to ask, Michelle. And even if they take you a few days just to journal or write down, where are you cheating on yourself? And where are you letting yourself down? You could even throw in there, where do you not trust yourself? Right? You've got to take the partners out of the picture. You've got to take them out of the picture and bring all the questions back to you, because their cheating was a reflection, firstly, of them. And it was also a message to you to start asking these questions, because you deserve somebody who absolutely loves you without question, right? And you can have that person. You've got to be that person first. So let's see what beautiful card we've got here for you. All right, what does Michelle need to know? They're being a bit slow tonight, a bit like me. After 8 o'clock, I'm a bit slow. There it is. All right, volatility. Well, that is interesting. Number 23. Michelle, I'm really sensing some change here. This is 23, adds up to a 5. And for me, that's really about change. But the thing that I'm really noticing about this card is the red and the yellow and the oranges. This is all lower chakra. Now, the red is your base chakra. This is about you feeling grounded, feeling strong, feeling safe and secure within yourself. The sacral chakra, which is the next one up, is all about fear, relationships, sexuality, how you feel about yourself, right? Old emotional dramas. And then the next one up is the yellow, which is your solar plexus, which is about your confidence. It's about you shining your light. It's about you loving who you are. Now, I would really recommend you do some work on those lower chakras and really tune in to that, building that strength and that love of you. That's really where a good relationship starts. And I know it's frustrating, right? We hear it all the time. It's all inner work and, change your energy and the right one will come along. But it's absolutely true, Michelle. And, 4 times this has happened now for you. It's really time. Maybe the 5th one will be the one that really reflects the love that you feel for yourself. And that's where the work is, okay? So that's absolutely what I would be doing. And the volatility is, firstly, Mercurius. Mercury is the planet of communication. So it's really time to start communicating what you want, who you want, and what qualities do they have, and then get those qualities with yourself. So for instance, Michelle, if you want to feel safe, secure, nurtured, heard, if you want loyalty, if you want someone who's got your back, if you want trust, all of those things that you want, you need to communicate that within yourself, right? Say it out loud first. What is it that you want in a partner? And then build those qualities up in yourself, and you will attract that exact partner. Okay? 5th time lucky. The other one, the other word here is volatility. And I feel that you are quite volatile at the moment. And if you do attract another relationship right now, you will attract the same energy. So please just do a little bit of self-love and self-nurturing first, before, raise your energy and your vibration first before you go looking for your next partner. Okay? Let me see. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. You're welcome, Michelle. Yes, Tracy, people do have their own path. Yeah, absolutely, Patricia. We all need to tell ourselves how worthy and deserving we are. And see, here's the thing, though, sometimes we have such silent self-sabotage within ourselves that we attract people into our lives that tell us that we're not good enough, that we're not deserving. And then our external world shows us that as well, right? We have cruel relationships. We end up struggling with money. We end up with bad health or sadness in families. And we believe even stronger then that it's our fault and we're not good enough and we don't deserve a good life. But we are all magnificent beings. We were all born. That's the only excuse we need for being amazing, right? We were born. And anything that is not that thought and that love and that magnificence is not true. And they're the fears and they're the blocks that that we're here to work out. That's our work here. That's our work here as humans. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. All right, who else? Yeah, Cerise, yeah, brilliant. Yes, you believe that too. And we will attract the same men. We absolutely will. Or men will attract the same women because we attract the same energy that we are, the same vibration. We attract the same vibration. And now I'll tell you a little story about that, because this is not only with cheating or anything like that, but this is just, a little story to show you how it works, that it really is a message to us. It's really got nothing to do with the other person. Somebody that I was seeing on and off for a couple of years, but I kind of thought it was a twin flame thing, but he just wouldn't emotionally commit. But I just kept on with it. But in the end, it really was me disrespecting myself by putting up with that, and it just ended. But the whole point of all of that drama over those years was to show me that I wasn't able to emotionally commit, because I attracted somebody like that. So it was a really beautiful lesson to me, and I've spent the last couple of years getting ready to emotionally commit, because I obviously haven't been ready. Getting ready to emotionally commit, raising my vibration and my energy so that the next person I meet will really be the same energy as me and will want the same things I want and will treat me the way I treat me, right? Which is far better than I used to. So that's really how it works. And we need to step out of the blame. We need to step out of the feeling like a victim and like it's a bit like Heather, right? Even with you, Michelle, you can feel like the victim and, you know, have anger or sadness or upsetness from those 4 men, but they will still have control over you if you hold on to that. So you need to bring it back to yourself. Thank them all for playing a part in your movie. Let them go and then work on the energy that you need to work on to change your movie. That's really the underlying message there. Oh, thank you, Tylee. I've gone very pink. I'm heading off to see my grandchildren for a few days, so I've just gone extra pink. We are absolutely mirrors, Jessica. We are. And, you know, we have to really start asking the better questions. And, you know, if somebody shows up and they're really angry, it's not a mirror to kind of say that we're a bad person. It's showing up to get us to ask the question, where am I feeling angry? Or why have I attracted that anger in today? Why have I attracted that person who's very jealous or angry or mean or whatever? It just gives you a chance. Where did, you know, if you find yourself with somebody who's very judgmental or criticizing you, the question is not why are they doing that, because that puts you straight in victim mode. The question is, where am I criticizing myself right now? And it takes the whole charge off it, because you're not taking it personally. You're actually taking it as a blessing to grow, right? But it's not easy. This is not easy work, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. But if you get in the habit of really questioning everything that shows up and everyone, questioning what that message is for you, it becomes a lot easier. Yeah, absolutely. So let me just go back. There was somebody else who had Ash Kelly. I've been trying to fall pregnant for 5 years now. I also want to be a reader and I'm doing it, but I feel like I struggle sometimes. Okay, so 2 things here, Ash. With being a reader, we are all intuitive and we can all express that intuitive side of us in whatever way feels comfortable. Now, when I started using cards 5 years ago, it's coming up to 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years. But, you know, since the age of 17, I didn't use any tools. I just used my claircognizance. And I didn't even know I was doing it. So the work I'm doing now is exactly the same work that I've just done my whole entire life. I just didn't know I was doing it. But now that I know what it is, of course I can name it, but I'm bringing, then I bring other tools in, like the cards or like crystals or my pendulum, and the other clairs that are growing now. So my claircognizance, my clairvoyance, my clairaudience, and sentience. And so they're really all quite strong in me now. But in the beginning, it was just my claircognizance. I could really help people solve problems and move past things, right? So I remember, like, even at 17, right, sitting there working in this salon that I was working in, and helping people that are my age now, like 54, helping them get through divorces and get through leaving the children leaving, and getting through loss. And I didn't have that life experience, but I could help them. So I was using those gifts without knowing them. And Ash, you've got those gifts too. And it's really just letting it go. Don't try to do it like anybody else. I think that's what holds us up. Don't do it like everybody else. You know, whichever way you want to do. I mean, you've probably noticed, most of you, that I don't really look at the books for the oracle cards when I read them. But there are other readers who do. And then they learn all the meanings, and then they know the meanings, whereas I just intuit it. And that's my way of doing it, and I'm okay with that. So Ash, with your reading, just grab the first deck of cards that you feel comfortable doing, that you feel comfortable using, and just start pulling one each day for yourself. And, you know, or even pull one for your friends. And by the end of a month or so, you will know most of those cards in that deck. They will start talking to you. Now, I haven't got it here because I've got it packed up to take with me, but most of you know I use my Gilded Tarot deck quite often. It's my favorite deck because it talks to me, right? I know, I can't explain it, but a lot of readers will have a deck that really speaks to them. And then there's other decks, you know, like my Circle of Life deck here, or the Shining Light Tarot, that I can read, but they don't talk to me like some of the other decks. So Ash, that's the first thing. Don't struggle to be intuitive. You already are intuitive. Be curious as to how that unfolds for you, right? Now, I've got a beautiful friend, Michelle, who is doing coffee cup readings with the foam in her coffee. It's spectacular, right? So other people do tea leaves. You might like to just explore all the different tools, even runes, or even a plain deck of playing cards. There's so many things out there that you can experiment with. Just try them all, right? I've gone to lots of classes and learnt lots of different intuitive tools, and I take little bits of all of it, but I'm comfortable with what I do now, and that's really where you need to get to. So I'm just going to pull a card for your intuitive message here, Ash, and then I just want to talk to you about this baby. Oh, that's the one there. Oh, isn't that interesting? You guys saw me shuffle, seriously. So this came up again. Okay. So what I'm getting for you from this card is really about communication here. Really get grounded, Ash. When you're not grounded, when you're really up here in the higher chakras, and you're all higher chakras, you're like a really big tree with no roots. You really need to get grounded. And the higher you go with your intuitive skills, the more grounded you need. It's a balancing act. It's like the higher this way, the lower that way, right? It's a real balancing act. So get grounded, and that will help with some of the nerves and the fears. The other thing is the communication. And, I really sense that you hear a lot, but you don't trust it. So start trusting that. And I have to tell you, even now when I'm doing readings for people, or if I'm working with clients, sometimes I will hear stuff and I'm like, I'm not saying that, right? I'm like, really? But you've got to trust it, because you might think it's really random and you might think it's a really weird thing to say, but the person you're reading for will absolutely understand it. So you've just got to trust, because I know you really do hear a lot of stuff. Trust and communicate it exactly how you hear it, okay? Including the feeling behind it. Now, with your pregnancy, on a practical level there, I know a couple of people who help in this area specifically. So when we finish here tonight, I'll give you their names. So on a practical level, it's good to explore those options. On a spiritual and energetic level, sometimes we need to let go of the hows, the whys, and the whens. We just need to focus on the what, or that how you're going to feel, and really visioning it, and really it's already real, right? But you've got to let go of the boundaries. I'm sensing you've put some boundaries around it, and there needs to be some letting go there, Ash. Let me pull up one of these for you. But I'm really being drawn to a more practical way forward here for you. So I'm going to. Oh my goodness, just flying out. When we finish here, I'll go back and I'll just pop a name in a reply for you, so you can check that lady out. I'll just grab this card. Okay. Nothing's ever random either, by the way. When you're reading, doesn't matter what happens, if there's bugs around or if there's noises, whatever happens, nothing is ever random. And this one, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it just went flying that away. This is a beautiful card, Ash. This is Evolution, Gateway, 111, and we've got 38 as well, which reduces to 11. It's really time to manifest this, Ash. Really time to manifest it. You've got to let go of the rules. I feel you've made some rules around it. You've got to let go of the rules or any boundaries, and really just get into that energy of, it already is. Even with the word trying, puts it at a distance. We're trying to get pregnant. As Yoda says, you either do or you don't. There's no try. So change your language around this, and even just change it. Instead of the trying, just change it to we're getting pregnant. Even that statement is more empowering than we're trying. So it's all these little things that just have those little changes in energy which open up gateways for us. I feel there is a little spirit there for you waiting for the right time, Ash. But, the right time is in divine timing, okay? It's nothing that we can control, really. So to really just focus on, how you will feel with this beautiful little spirit and soul growing in your body. Even I think a lot of women, after, wanting to be pregnant for so long, even the act of lovemaking and really being close to your partner becomes more of a duty. So really get back to that romance and to that togetherness without the function of trying to get pregnant, because that will really shift some energy within you, bring you closer, and really create a beautiful nurturing energy for this little spirit when she comes in. So definitely go see this lady that I'm going to recommend. But just try to let go of any rules or boundaries around this that you've got. Yeah. And really watch your thoughts and your words, because everything you say and everything you feel and everything you think is manifesting everything that shows up. Okay. There's a beautiful card to come out for you. Kind of looks a little bit like just up close there, kind of looks a little bit like like a worm there too, something growing in it. So I hope that helps, Ash, and hope things will change for you. All right, now let's go down here. Who else is? All right. Oh, you keep hearing it from Spirit, Ash. See, you've got to trust Spirit. You've got to trust Spirit. There's absolutely a gateway. We've always got a gateway opportunity, right? But I think for you, if you've been hearing it and you got this beautiful card, it's definitely time to create that beautiful space for new reality. Yeah. All right. Ash, yeah, you put boundaries around it. Yeah, absolutely. And when you put boundaries around it, it's like saying, okay, universe, I want this, this, and this, and I want it to show up in this way, and I want it on this day, and this is how I want it all to happen. And it won't happen like that, because the universe has always got a greater plan. You just kind of have to, be in the joy of it. Be in the joy of it. And yeah, just really watch your language. Watch your language around it. Who else have we got there? Oh, you're welcome, Ash. You're welcome, Ash. Oh, there's Michelle's given you some advice there too, Ash, with reflexology. We've got some amazing people that come online here in Spiritual Events Directory, and I think you're all awesome. You're also gifted. You really are. All right. Leah, I keep getting told that I should be doing design work, and while I love it, I can't seem to find a way to make it happen. I'm definitely feeling a block. Leah, I'd like to ask you to write down some answers to this question or these questions. If you, first question, Leah, for you, what are the benefits of not doing your design work? How is it benefiting you by not doing the design work? And how is it benefiting you by not finding the way to do it? Because that's the block. Whatever the benefit is, now the benefit will be a fear. The benefit will be you 20 steps ahead in your mind thinking, oh, I'm going to here, and here, and oh, no, there's no way I can do that, right? We get so far ahead and we don't take the first step. So that's what the self-sabotage is here, and that's what the block is. So ask yourself this: what is the benefit? How is it benefiting you? You should be able to get at least 5. And when you can work out the benefit, you'll be able to flip that around. So if one of the benefits is, I don't have to deal with my fear around business, you can turn that around to, what do I need to know about business, right? So what are the benefits of you not doing this thing that you want to do? That's what I want you to ask yourself and write it all down. Turn the statements around. Let me grab the link here for you for my Stop Self-Sabotage Challenge. Get back again. So I've got another free 5-day challenge coming up, you guys, if you'd like to be in it. Where is that? And I'll just pin that comment if I can. Okay, so I've just pinned that comment. It's a free 5-day Stop Self-Sabotage Challenge, and it's so amazing to come and do, because not only will you break through one of your blocks during this challenge, for sure, it will also give you the structure to then do your own work on some other blocks, should you want to. Or you can just wait for the next challenge. So definitely come along to the challenge. All of you, if you've got blocks, even if you don't have blocks, you probably discover one when you're in the challenge. But that's what we talk about. We talk about finding the benefits, turning that around, and then really being aware on a daily basis of what we say, and making sure we're not too many steps ahead. So the link's there if you guys want to come and do that challenge. All right. Who else? Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. Lynette, seeking true love, and the past 6 men all seem the same. Of course they are, because your energy is the same. I keep attracting the same type. What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You are attracting the person who is exact match for your energy, Lynn. You are not doing anything wrong, or Lynette, sorry. But you will attract the person is on the same vibration as you, and the person who best reflects what it is you feel about yourself. So with that in mind, I would really encourage you, because it's happened 6 times, I would really encourage you to do some writing around this and write down all of the traits the same that each of them had. Because in that you will discover where you attracted them, why you attracted them, and what you needed to learn. So if they were all disrespectful in some way, then the question for you, Lynette, is how are you disrespecting yourself? Right? Here's another little story for you. I like telling this one because it's so dramatic. So I was seeing this fellow once, and it was long distance. It wasn't for very long. Then he came to visit me. And then anyway, we didn't have much time together, and because we were working, but we went out on the lake this day. And we went on some canoes or kayaks. Anyway, so I went on, and he was fussing at the shore and trying to get photos and whatnot. And then he got out a little bit and was like, "Oh, I need another photo," and had to go back. I'm like, okay, I was a bit annoyed by then. And then we got to, then I was kind of all the way over the other side of the lake. And then he kind of stopped under the bridge and was just doing his own thing. And I'm like, hey, come over here. This is meant to be our time together, right? I want to be out here on this beautiful water with you. And anyway, it was really disrespectful. And I was yelling at him and he yelled back at me. And it was really disrespectful. And anyway, I just swore. I won't swear on here. And I just stormed off, and it was pretty much like, well, F you, I'm done. And I nearly actually drove away and left him there too. I couldn't be that nasty. But it was over. But here's the thing, while it was upsetting, what it taught me was that I was disrespecting myself, right? So the blame or the victim or the upsetness of all of that, it lifted really fast, because I could see it as, you know, I had been disrespecting myself for so long. And with this incident, I saw it. I'm like, wow, okay, this is my issue. Thank you for showing me. And Lynette, I want you to do that too. And if you can really get into that space where you can step out of anger, hurt, blame, whatever it is, remorse for any of these men, if you can step out of that and find the reasons that you were with them and really see that as blessings, and then work on that. So if you were disrespect like me, find the work, do the work within yourself to respect yourself more, put the boundaries up. Self-worth, self-honor. If if they weren't nurturing, nurture yourself more. If they didn't have your back, get your own back, right? If they weren't hearing you, start to hear yourself. Whatever it is for you that you feel you didn't get from these men, start giving it to yourself. And I can guarantee you, when you are in that energy, you will attract somebody who will treat you like that. Okay, so there is absolutely nothing wrong with you, and I'm so pleased you're here and asking this question today, because this will change things for you. This will remove that block, and it will start getting your mind thinking about, oh, okay, yeah, all 6 of them had this trait. Oh, a couple of them had that one. Oh, yeah, most of them had that trait as well. Okay, where is that within me, and how can I raise the vibration on that so I don't attract that again, right? I want to attract somebody who respects me. I want to attract someone who is dedicated, who is loyal, who truly, nurtures, is truly there for me, who listens. You need to be that person. Okay, because then your energy rises and you will meet someone on a higher energy. Now, let me pull a card for you, Lynette. And I have to say, I've got to stop saying I'll pull a card for you, because I don't. They just come out. Safe and sound. Look at this. This is beautiful, Lynette. Forever in my light, safe and sound. Now, 13 adds up to a 4. This is about boundaries, Lynette. This is about you feeling grounded, secure, and safe in yourself, not relying on somebody else outside of you to give that feeling of safety, right? That's what so many of us do. And that's what we've all been trained to do from all of the movies, even now. Right? The movies indicate we need somebody to complete us. And it's bullshit. We don't. We are a whole person. We don't need somebody to complete us. And if you can become that whole person, you will meet another whole person, and you will come together and you will enhance each other. Okay, so Lynette, really get grounded here, get safe and secure in who you are, and really get connected as well. It's about connections, about higher love and healing, and the hands on the heart here. Really a lot of love and really feeling safe and sound within yourself, not relying on specifically a man to come and make you feel safe and sound. You need to feel that yourself. Okay, so I hope that has made sense, Lynette. All right, what else have we got here? You're welcome, Leah. You're welcome. Adi May, any advice on how I cannot be so overwhelmed with all the things I have to do? Had 2 big burnouts last year, trying to avoid another one. First thing I want to say is that you need to prioritize. I get the feeling you're just trying to be superwoman here and not looking after yourself. You can't give from an empty cup. This is something that as women, we just feel we just got to give to everybody else, blah, 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 and then wonder why we burn out. But what I want to say is that that's actually another form of self-sabotage, because when you've got this fear of saying no to people, and getting classed as selfish, you don't want people to criticize you like that. You don't want to feel judged. You don't want to have people not liking you. And this brings this epidemic of give and give and give and give and give. Even when you want to say no. Even when you're burnt out. So the first thing I want to say to you, Addie, is look after yourself. You cannot look after anybody until you look after yourself, because you can't give from an empty cup. What I would do if I was you, every morning when you wake up, or even do it the night before, I want you to write 3 things, just 3 priorities for that day. That's it. 3 priorities for the day. And don't do anything else. Right? Even 1 thing for the day. Everything always eventually gets done. Pushing ourselves is really just distracting ourselves, and it's the biggest form of self-sabotage. It truly is. So, Addie, 3 things every morning to get up, write them down. What are my 3 priorities today? And that's it. Don't focus on anything else. And I think you'll find that everything will start coming together for you. And I want one of those priorities for you. So I'm going to coach you a bit now. One of those priorities for you is something in self-care. 2 action priorities and 1 self-care priority. And I don't care what it is, even if it's just standing outside on the grass with bare feet for 5 minutes. Make it a priority. Do 1 thing for yourself every day. Okay? And that will help build yourself up again. You don't have to have a burnout. You don't have to have a burnout. That's a total self-sabotage, and it's not necessary. So let's see what's coming up for you. And I would love you to come along to my free challenge, because I really feel some things will get clear for you in that challenge. So come along. All right, what do we need to know? Oh, what do we need to know for Abby? This one. Lightship Earth, personal and planetary healing. Beautiful. This is a big message for you, Addie. This is saying you can't heal anyone, not even the Earth, right? Or even the Earth, without healing yourself. You've got to heal yourself and get grounded on this Earth, and really have the stability and the strength within you to heal yourself, so that you can then help others. Such an explosion of light there, isn't there? A real explosion of light and love and curiosity. Lightship Earth. It's beautiful. They're saying to me that you don't stop to see all these beautiful things that happen around you either. So maybe make that one of your priorities on several of the days. Stop and see the color around you. Watch the rainbow that appears. Watch the beautiful moon glowing, right? Just take 5 minutes out for yourself. Okay? All right, we've got time for 1 more. Absolutely, Addie, we do attract that. Yes. Okay. All right, what else have we got? Oh, thank you, Lynette. That's great. I'm glad that's helped. I'm glad that's helped. All right. Now, I just want to finish up with Paula, because this is about depression, and I'm not an expert on depression, and I would really recommend that you see somebody who is an expert, but I do have a few things to say about depression, and maybe they will help you, Paula. Why are some of us put here to suffer from depression? I know how good it is to be alive. Yeah. Why are some of us put here to suffer from depression? Now, that's an interesting way that you've put that, Paula. And I think the better question is, why do you think you have it? Everybody will have it for a different reason. And for me, it's just being out of alignment. Now, when you're in a deep depression and a really, dark stage, obviously that's a little bit more. But it starts by being out of alignment. It's your soul calling you to see the light, right? And your mind telling you to stay in the shadows. And then when you get so far under the mud, it's very difficult to come back up again. But sometimes we also choose to carry that label, and then we become it, which may not necessarily be your case or anyone who's listening, but for some people that happens too. Now, I was told I needed to be on antidepressants when I left my first husband. It's like, oh, it's just because you've had a baby and, just go on these tablets. I'm like, no, I'm just not happy. I need to get myself happy. I need to get in alignment again. I don't want to just numb it. Now, that has worked for me, but I know that other people it hasn't, and they really have needed the help of the chemicals to get them out of the mud. I feel the real thing here, though, is that when we're not feeling in alignment or useful, or we haven't found what lights us up, then we can feel dark. So what is it for you, Paula? What lights you up? And, we can also get very carried away in what other people think should light you up. But whatever lights you up is what lights you up. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. And we can have that kind of, pushed out of us all through school. If you stand up and show someone your art, and your fourth grade teacher says, oh, you really suck at art. All the kids laugh at you. You're never going to paint again. But maybe that's what brings you joy, right? So first thing I would just keep asking, Paula, what brings me joy? You will get the answer. What brings me joy? What do I love doing? That is when you enjoy and you are doing something you love, you are in alignment. And this is why they're bringing in so much creativeness now and meditation into even big business, because people need to be in alignment with that joy to do good work, right? It all just makes such sense. So Paula, ask yourself that question. What brings you joy? What did bring you joy when you were younger? What did you love doing? And don't bring any doubts or any criticisms or any judgment into it. It's purely your, whatever it is for you that's fun. What brings you joy? And then when you've got that answer, the next question is, how can I bring more of this into my everyday life? How can I bring more of this into my everyday life? And don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, because that's when you fall down in the mud again. That's when it all gets too hard. We're really just living our life here moment by moment. The past doesn't exist once that moment's gone. It doesn't exist anymore, right? The future doesn't exist. The only thing that's real is right now. What is bringing you joy right now? And if there's nothing, what can bring you joy? What would bring you joy? What can you do right now that would bring you joy? For some people, it might be turning on a funny YouTube channel. For others, it might be drawing, right? Or writing, or painting. You know, I love inspirational stuff. I'm constantly on YouTube. So whatever it is that brings you joy. And Paula, this is for you here, enlightenment. Do you know, I think just the fact that you've actually asked about it now is something's lifting. Liberation, enlightenment. This is you really rising up, Paula. And I want to say something about enlightenment as well. In the spiritual world, people are looking to be enlightened. Now, it isn't a destination, right? It isn't a destination. Enlightenment happens in every moment. Everything we've discussed here tonight, if any of you had an aha moment about it, that's enlightenment. It's taking what you know now and shining the light on it to the truth of it. That's enlightenment. And Paula, I feel that you're about to shift into a new truth about how you feel and how you can rise up out of this darkness that you feel. Because the enlightenment will start in that moment where you understand the truth of it. Okay? Please come along to my Stop Self-Sabotage Challenge. Really beautiful people and beautiful support in there. And that will lift you. But you will, that will really help you find some enlightenment in every moment. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I've got to go. That's my hour. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So I won't be here tomorrow night. So, but thank you for tuning in. All of my links are in the description, and I have pinned the link for the free challenge. It starts on the 16th of June. It's free. I do go live every day, but if you don't catch the live, that's fine. It's all on the page, and you also get it emailed. So it's a really great challenge. Please come along. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. You're all so super amazing. Please know how magnificent you are, and you've got extraordinary gifts. Bring them out to the light and have the confidence to be that gift. Be that gift and be that magnificence that you are. Okay, I will see you all next week. Bye.